All right, so this is an issue that is dividing the internet right now. There's really no specific reason why we're all talking about this right now, but of course for social media. So where do you store your ketchup after you open it? That question has been a big debate right now on social media, and now Heinz, the ketchup maker itself, is weighing in. The company says the condiment should be stored in the fridge after opening it to keep it fresh, but some people are really insistent that you keep it in the cupboard. They point out that most restaurants store their condiments at room temperature. People are similarly divided on where to store other items like bread and peanut butter.
I think it should be the fridge, and I appreciate that they came out and said that too, because then it makes me feel a little better. Like, you know the ingredients in your product, and if you're saying this is the best way to keep it fresh, then, you know.
Well, I mean, refrigerating anything, it prolongs its life, right? And it's obviously not dangerous to store it at room temperature, otherwise every restaurant I've ever worked at would have been sued by now. But what
do you do?
It tastes better in the fridge too.
Yeah,
I like it cold.
It's just a cleaner place to have.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then it doesn't like separate. You know, when you go to a restaurant and you're like, what is this? And you kind of like,
it's all watery when you first. I was reading too.
Changing.
I always just believe that once you open something, because the oxygen comes into it all, like you got to put it in the refrigerator. That's just kind of my thinking.
Well, I think too, it depends on like what your situation is. Like if you're going through a bottle of ketchup a week, I would imagine, I think it's okay to keep it out. But if you're like me and you go through like a bottle a year, you got to refrigerate it, right? Because peanut butter is the same way. Like if you go through your peanut butter like Rob does, then you could probably keep it out. But
by the spoon every day.
Yeah, like ice cream. But otherwise, it's like it'll separate even in the pantry after a few months.
We always kept it in the fridge when I was a kid. I didn't know you could keep peanut butter outside the fridge until I was an adult.
See, I've actually kept it out.
Right. But and that's what I do now, because it's so hard to spread out of.
I know.
Yeah.
You're trying to make toast and you're like,
breaking the bread.
Jelly in the fridge though, right? I keep my jam in the fridge.
You gotta have that.
Butter in the fridge or on the counter?
In the fridge for me.
Wait, what about eggs?
We do. Our butter's on the counter.
Yeah.
Nicola, eggs are in the refrigerator.
Right, but you know how like in Europe they always like store them on the table?
I think they're different though,
Well, see, here we clean the membrane off the outside of the egg.
They're pasteurized,
so
you
it
mean?
requires refrigeration. So I don't think it's pasteurizing. At least the way they like prep the egg. And in Europe they don't. And so, but that membrane's still in place, so it keeps the egg fresh. You don't have to store it.
I'm like mind blown away. I feel like I want to look it up during the break. Like I never knew that.
Right.
Yeah,
I never knew that
recently either. But like, it's how they prep the eggs. It has nothing to do. I mean, chicken eggs are they're just laid in the thing. They're not necessarily.
So like in other countries they leave it out on the counter like
putting them in a fridge.
Right.
Different.
Yeah.